So I just finished making a video and I was just about to pack up, and I decided to stay back and just talk about things. Right now my pregnancy is coming to an end. The video I made was about the things I'm going to miss about being pregnant. My pregnancy journey is coming to an end, and I just wanted to just talk about everything, the way I feel. I want to just express my gratitude. I'm just very, very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to God. I know how this whole pregnancy started. I know my journey and everything. Even though some people don't even know I was trying to conceive, I never really mentioned it. It wasn't something I was always talking about. It wasn't something my channel was about. My channel was never about trying to conceive and stuff like that. It was when I now eventually became pregnant that I started talking about, yes, I was actually trying to conceive all these years. And I am just in awe. I am just super, super grateful to God, thinking about how everything started when when I became pregnant. I did not even know I was pregnant. So I had what we call Asherman syndrome. I made some videos about Asherman syndrome. You can check those videos out if you don't know what it is. I've had Asherman syndrome for like 3 years. Well, yeah, 3 years before I actually conceived. And one of the things that come with Asherman syndrome is lack of your monthly period, and I had that. Some months my period were very, very scanty. Some months I will not even have anything at all. And when I became pregnant with this baby, I was actually planning to go in for a surgery to go and correct that. I had already done one surgery, it failed. I was supposed to go for a second surgery to go and correct that. When I became pregnant with this baby, all I was thinking about was I needed to go and get this surgery done, because I felt it was the Asherman that was getting worse. I even went to the hospital. Of course they treated me malaria. I was even ill then. They treated me malaria, typhoid. I was also, at some point they also said maybe it's COVID I had. Until I eventually found out, I eventually now said, okay, let me go and do a pregnancy test. When they had treated me of everything. And then I first of all did a scan, and I realized, they told me that there was nothing, there was no sac, nothing, so I wasn't thinking pregnancy. But eventually I went and did a pregnancy test, which came out positive, to my greatest surprise and shock. And so at that time, when I found out, when I did the test, I now went back to do a scan, and I was about 7 weeks pregnant then, and 2 weeks later I started spotting. And in fact, I don't even want to go into all this story, but I'm just trying to give you a background story to see where I'm coming from. 2 weeks later I started spotting, and I've had 2 miscarriages in the past, and it just started like this. I started with spotting, and then I lost the baby, and I was so scared. I had major anxiety and major fear of losing the baby again, because I've lost 2 prior to that time. I was so scared. In fact, at some point I was just like, okay, let me just allow it. Anything that will happen, let it happen. If it's going, let it go. Because the spotting was non-stop. It did not stop. It was just coming, and it was just there. And I remember always telling myself that if this pregnancy is bound to stay, it will stay. If it's not bound to stay, it will not stay. It will still go, and you move on with your life. After all, I have a boy, I have a son, I have a daughter, so God has already even blessed me to start with. So I remember feeling that way, but then at the same time I was also praying and begging the baby to please stay with me. I remember always saying, please stay with me, please stay with me. I was spotting up until I was about almost 11 weeks. It was crazy. And imagine me spotting and at the same time also going through also going through those pregnancy symptoms. In my own case, I had hypermeresis gravidarum, that's what they call it, which is severe, very severe morning sickness. I could not eat, I could not drink, I could not keep anything down. I was always throwing up. They were giving me IV. I was practically living on IV at this point. and at the same time important. So it was a very frustrating moment or time for me, going through this on one hand, and on the other hand feeling like you might just be going through it for nothing because I was still spotting. So I had major anxiety in my first trimester. Even talking about it now makes me want to tear up. I had major anxiety in my first trimester, but God saw me through, and by the time I was now into my 14, 15, 16 weeks, I knew that okay, chances of me having a miscarriage were now getting slimmer and slimmer by the day. And I was also recovering from the first trimester issues as well, and that was when I actually started enjoying and started feeling like, oh my God, and maybe I'm actually pregnant and everything. And yeah, despite all those ups and downs, God saw me through. With the Asherman syndrome that I had, there was also a chance of me having issues with my placenta, but as God will also have it, the placenta is well placed. It's placed in, it's just well placed. Everything is fine, because that was also a worry. My doctor checked and everything was fine. Pregnancy just kept on progressing from there on, and my second trimester, most part of my second trimester was actually a bliss. I was feeling very strong. I could eat better. The bump wasn't so big. I was just having the time of my life. Fast forward to third trimester and up until now, I am actually still pregnant. The beginning of third trimester was actually very okay. It was now like towards the middle and towards the end, I started having some of those first trimester symptoms, like nausea, vomiting, all those kind of things, round ligament pain. So this pain actually is like down below, kind of like under your bum. Right now I'm actually still experiencing it, and it's worse when you're trying to move around, when I'm trying to get down from the bed, when I'm trying to take my first steps in the morning, especially in the morning when I wake up in the morning, or when I cough sometimes or laugh sometimes, I get that pain. But despite all the discomfort, despite all the everything, I know that some days I'm just like, oh my God, can I just give birth to this baby right now? I'm just tired. Like when you're getting towards the end and your bump is getting heavier and your sleeping position is not as comfortable as before, and then with insomnia, I'm also having insomnia right now. With all those things, you're bound to complain. You're bound to say, oh my God, like I'm tired. I've said that a couple of times, that I'm tired. I just want to just have this baby. But in the midst of me complaining and saying I'm tired, I cannot forget how grateful I am to God for giving me this opportunity. Even if it's because I prayed, I said, God, give it to me, even if it's one more time, one last time. And I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I'm just making this video, because I'm just saying it as it's coming to my head, because I'm not sure I want another baby after this. So I'm just trying to document as much as possible, as many things that are happening now as possible. I'm trying to document that. So I'm trying to document how I feel right now, how grateful I'm feeling right now. And I'm also trying to talk to my baby whenever he or she is old enough to watch this video, so that they will see how I am, how I feel, how grateful I am that they're coming into my life. I mean, I already have 2 children, a boy and a girl, and I'm grateful and I love them to bits. But I also want this one to know that how we prayed for him or her, and how we're waiting for him or her, and how we're feeling right now. Everybody in my house, I wish everybody can sit here and make this video with me. My husband is not here at the moment. My children have gone to bed. Some of these videos I make, sometimes I make them because I want them to be a point of reference. I want to look back and say, oh yeah, this was how I was feeling then. Oh yes, this was what was happening to me then. So yeah, it's my baby that I'm going to meet in the very near future. You are already loved. Like, I already really love you, despite everything I went through, despite all the struggles, all the discomfort and everything. I already love you to bits. Yes, I'm carrying you in my belly right now. It's possible you can hear me, even if you cannot hear me at this time. When you grow up and watch this video, hear me now. I cannot wait to meet you, and I already love you to the moon and back. And you came into my life at a time that I already lost hope, at a time that I already felt that it's not going to happen to me again. But then you came in to tell me that, see, God's time is the perfect time, and it is a really turning point in my life, because there are things that have happened to me in the past that made me to say that yes, God's time is the best. But with this one, it is so clear that God's time is actually the very best. With this baby, you're coming into my life at the very time that I like. I don't know how to explain it, but that this is the most perfect time for you to be in my life. I'm sorry if this video is long. I'm sorry if maybe you're even bored, but it's more of for me than it is for the viewer. If you watch it and you like it and you're inspired and it touches you, I'll be very happy. But this video is actually more for myself than it is for my viewers. So I'm sorry if it's long and boring or whatever. So yes, I'm just very grateful. I'm just very thankful, and I'm saying thank you to this baby, because this baby is coming into my life to change my life. It's more of coming into my life to change my life than me changing his or her life, if you get what I'm saying. Because most times when we have babies, we're having babies for our need. Like, this baby is coming in because I really want a baby. So he or she is changing my life more than I may even change his or her life. So I'm just saying this thing, the way it's coming to my head. That's just how I feel right now, and I just wanted to just talk about it and document it. And yeah, in a few weeks time I'm going to meet you, and we are going to have the time of our lives. See, this time in my life is when I'm about to become enjoyment minister. There's one of my friends, she calls herself enjoyment minister. And I like that about her, because she's trying to live her best life. And at this point in my life as well, I'm also trying to live my best life. And I already have this thing in my head about how I'm going to start living my best life, how I'm going to take better care of myself, better care of my family, better care of my children, and everything is all coming together. So with this baby, we are going to have the time of our lives. Like, it's going to be so much fun. I just cannot wait to meet you. This is more like, first part is just for me to express how grateful I am to God, and the second part is like I'm talking to you, my baby. I'm talking to you. I cannot wait to meet you. We cannot wait to meet you. We cannot wait to hold you. We cannot wait to breastfeed you. I cannot wait to just bond with you. Oh my God, I can talk on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm glad that I have a platform like YouTube where I can upload these memories and save them there and always look back at them. And I pray for YouTube. I pray that YouTube stands. I pray that YouTube remains, because some of us are on YouTube because we want to document our life, because we want to document some things that we don't want to forget, and that's where we like dump all those videos, even though some videos are purely for entertainment. But for me, some of my videos are also like a memory dump. So I pray for YouTube, and I pray that YouTube will live long, so that when we come back 20 years, I'll be able to watch this video and say, oh, look at how beautiful you are, my dear, even though you were already 9 months pregnant. But yeah, I guess I've made my points. If this video was not boring for you and you watched up to this point, thank you so much. And I also pray that God blesses all of us and God keeps all of us. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. If you watched up to this point, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.